Good evening from Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this city home to the 8th wonder of the world, the Astrodome. We'll see on the floor who stands out tonight.
I don't know about that, Ed. I may have to disagree with you on that. The 8th wonder of the world is the Red Rowdies. Let's get loud. Let's represent. Houston Rockets, what time is it?
They are certainly impressive. Let's do this in Houston. The opening tip goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Can't go down. Smothering defense. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Paul with it up top. He'll run the offense. Harden, defended by Lillard. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
D has got it. Damian Lillard missed his first. That one goes.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Paul, they get it down to Tucker. The pass set it all up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Jay, how does Portland bounce back from the disappointment losing in 4 to New Orleans last year?
Well, you need your stars to shine the brightest in the biggest moments, and we did not see that from their 2 stars in that first-round series against the Pelicans. And when you think about the West overall, think about this. Houston, Golden State will be great. Denver and OKC, they will be hungrier and healthy. Utah, better defensively. San Antonio, they upgraded from 9 games with Kawhi Leonard to a full season with DeMar DeRozan. Oh, and by the way, the Lakers have LeBron James. So these 2 stars need to be great and great all the time.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Blazer. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. It's Rockets ball. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Gordon matched up with Aminu. Runner here, won't go down. Knocked loose. Seth Curry takes on Eric Gordon. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down off the step back.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Hall against Leonard. To P.J. Tucker. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Portland has the ball. Evan Turner sizing up Eric Gordon. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Tucker, deep left corner. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Leonard here against Nene. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. To Seth Curry. Here comes the screen. Seth Curry picked up by Carter Williams. Portland has 4 to shoot. Gets it in the left corner. For 3. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Gordon with it. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Seth Curry is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. Second and 3 is good.
Oh, yeah.
He'll let one fly from half court. The first quarter's complete with the Rockets in front. First quarter down as we get ready to start the second. Boy, you talk about offensive efficiency. It was really high.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
To Seth Curry. Down for Collins. Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Ooh, crisp ball. He's now 4 for 6.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Lillard against Gordon. Here comes the screen. Lillard on the drive, but he can't finish.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Trailblazers with the basketball. Lillard against Chris Paul. Knocked loose. Gordon with it. The lead stands at 9. Probing the defense. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Seth Curry. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Harden sizing up McCollum. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. Lillard. They work it down to Aminu. From the painted area, won't go down. Paul into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Shot from the lane won't go. It's Portland ball. Lillard, and they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
McCollum. That's blocked.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Damian Lillard. He's looking for that touch.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Lillard matched up with Paul.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
To McCollum. The Blazers with 4 in the shot clock. C.J. McCollum. He's 2 for 2 now.
CJ. He continues to make a case as a pantheon shooter. There are only 3 players in the league, though, that rival him in terms of volume and percentage from long-range attempts. And that's Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and J.J. Redick. He possesses a unique set of skills that makes him incredibly difficult to guard. First off, a dead-eye shooter who has an uncanny handle, who can attack you from different angles with a high basketball IQ. Shows you why you're going to have your hands full. Good luck with that one.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Off the mark on his free throw. Lillard picked up by Paul. To Nurkic. Oh, Yusuf Nurkic. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Harden.
I got him. Here we go.
There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Gordon with it. His team up by 7. To Paul. McCollum into the front court. Looking to make something happen. C.J. McCollum. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Rockets with the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Rockets are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Trailblazers are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And they've been showing off some excellent shooting. And it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Steals.
Some very aggressive defense has allowed both teams to rack up a lot of steals. Ball security will be the key in the upcoming half, especially for the weakest dribblers. You know who you are.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Damian Lillard just can't seem to get it going. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. To Nurkic. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Rockets have the steal. Who left in Houston? Luka Mute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without two key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys need to step up. I think you need to see P.J. Tucker step up. Gerald Green, we all know how explosive he is offensively, but he needs to make that applicable to the defensive end. Michael Carter-Williams is another big acquisition. He's a bigger guard who can use his length to deter shots. And also another kid, Markel Brown. He played at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic, explosive on the perimeter. If these guys out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And he'll go to the foul line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Anthony Simmons at the line. First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Not that, and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
McCollum with the basketball. His guys down by 9. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. A pass stolen by Portland.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Fires the three, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. McCollum into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. James Harden trying to cash in. Not that time. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Harden to Paul. Count the bucket for 2. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Scores from the post.
Easy layup.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Harden. Paul. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. Cashes in for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game.
Till the end of today's game, claim your prize at the customer service desk located near section 104.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Paul picked up by Seth Curry. Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Here comes the screen.
All right, send down, send down. Screen come on the left.
Remaining in the third quarter.
Hey, back door, watch that back door.
Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Seth Curry picked up by Paul. Spins and scores. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shot and thinking pass second, score first.
A pass stolen by Portland.
Man, clear the lane. I got this.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Seth Curry at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4.
I got ball. I'm here.
Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end with the Rockets in front. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Portland's got it. To McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. McCollum. Work it down to Nurkic. Can't connect from in close. Paul into the front court. It's a 9-point lead to Capella. Clint Capella looking good. 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Harden with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on.
Tucker to Paul.
Rotate.
Has a chance. Nene's shot won't go down. Lillard to McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. C.J. McCollum. He's now 5 for 6.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
The lead is 11. Nene to Harden. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Lillard guarded by CP3. Almost. Tough shot in traffic. With the rock.
Hit.
Surveys the floor. Paul. That is great vision to set it up. From the painted area, won't go down.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
It goes down.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Lillard guarded by Clint Capella. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes to the right side. To Lillard. Here comes the screen. It's Lillard for two. Shot by Lillard, no good. Harden into the front court. His guy's up by 15. Paul to Harden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Lillard to McCollum. Why even try that time?
I'm gonna start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Harden defended by McCollum. Look at the fight for that ball. We'll get a jump. Changes coming from both sides right now. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Lillard to Nurkic. Deep left corner. To Lillard. Here's a chance from long range. Damian Lillard, not much more the defense could have done. Hits a contested three.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Here comes the screen. Harden to P.J. Tucker. 4-3 to go. Lillard here against P.J. Tucker. just inside the arc, at the buzzer, and it's Capella with the rebound. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets added a win with today's solid victory. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Trailblazers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most for Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Defense.
The Houston Rockets put under pressure defensively in this game. And in return, they put back some blocks and steals on the stat sheet. Not only that, they put a W in the win column. And that's everyone's favorite stat.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.